But one thing one thing people forget, well, let's pray it's behind us, but one thing people forget when I'm thinking about the vaccine rollout is, we've got I think the third anniversary of Brexit coming up, or the third anniversary of the day when we actually came out of the EU. And you don't hear it much these days, but it is absolutely the case that had it not been for our ability to do our own regulation, had it not been for the fact that we come out of the European Medicines Agency and the MHRA, the Medical Health Regulation Agency, was now totally free to decide how fast to approve a vaccine, we wouldn't have been able to do that vaccine rollout so fast. And it is literally true that Brexit helped save lives.
It's just a desperate, barefaced lie. And it's not the first time he's told the lie this week.
But there was another reason why we were able to do that vaccination rollout so fast, and that was because we'd taken back control of our Medical Health Regulation Agency. We were able to license that vaccine, to approve it faster than any other European country.
Imagine the shock when he finds out it doesn't matter how many times you shamelessly repeat a lie, it's still a lie. Britain was still bound by European Medicines Agency rules when the COVID vaccination programme began, and Johnson knows it. Don't just take my word for it. Here is the independent fact-checker Full Fact. Under European law, the UK was permitted to act independently to approve the vaccine in an emergency. And here is Channel 4 Fact Check. As a UK government press release from 23rd of November 2020 states, if a suitable COVID-19 vaccine candidate becomes available before the end of the transition period, EU legislation which we have implemented via Regulation 174 of the Human Medicines Regulations allows the MHRA to temporarily authorise the supply of a medicine or vaccine based on public health need. So even if we were still a member of the EU, the UK regulator would have been able to take this decision on its own because EU law already allows it. And if all that's not enough for you, here is the actual head of the UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, June Rain.
We appear to be getting authorisation for this vaccine ahead of our friends in Europe. I was just wondering, does the fact that the UK is no longer part of the EU, did that make any difference to the speed with which you were able to complete your authorisation?
We have been able to authorise the supply of this vaccine using provisions under European law which exist until the 1st of January.
Now listen again to Johnson's barefaced lie.
But there was another reason why we were able to do that vaccination rollout so fast, and that was because we'd taken back control of our Medical Health Regulation Agency. We were able to license that vaccine, to approve it faster than any other European country.
Who are we going to believe on this? Full Fact, Channel 4 Fact Check, the actual head of the MHRA, or Boris Johnson?
Anybody who listens to Boris needs professional help.
By now, even Larry the Cat knows he's lying. Even LBC's Nick Ferrari has caught up.
You say, I'm proud to have got Brexit done. I now look forward to the future to build a truly global Britain. What are the three best achievements since getting Brexit done, would you say, Minister? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Well, I'd say from the start, the biggest impact we've seen over the last couple of years is probably the Britain's ability to fulfil its own vaccine programme.
Well, you'll be aware, of course, the independent website Full Fact say that's not true, and even the boss of our own MHRA, Dr. June Rain, has also said that's not true. So
well, we could have
can we
done
strike that one out?
You're absolutely right.
This should be on the 6 o'clock news. EU legislation enacted into British law already allowed countries to temporarily authorise vaccines without waiting for approval from the EMA. Everyone should now know this. In fact, as the Channel 4 Fact Check pointed out, the UK government itself always made it clear that it could authorise vaccines unilaterally under European law. And it gets worse. Having promised the country this.
So one of my first jobs is to try and restore trust in government. And That starts with being honest with people.
The Prime Minister is now shamelessly repeating Johnson's lie.
Just remember one thing, Mr. Speaker. We had the fastest vaccine rollout in the world. We had that because of our freedoms after leaving the European Union.
And so is this lot.
We wouldn't have had the vaccine rollout that was so successful if we'd been within the European Union.
Can you list the Brexit benefits that common people have received so far, and what further benefits will common people receive in the next 12, 18, 24 months?
Well, the British people as a whole have received the advantage of the vaccine, which was a pretty big and early benefit of Brexit.
The country deserves so much better than this.
So let's shrug off all this negativity and gloom-mongering that I hear about Brexit. Let's remember the opportunities that lie ahead, and the vaccine rollout proves